Don't lose this game. Don't lose this game. I said it many times heading into week 5. Hey, Rams, you're facing a backup journeyman quarterback, a wide receiver core led by Kendrick Bourne, and a defense missing arguably its biggest star. Don't lose this game. Hey, Cardinals, you're hosting a rookie quarterback who's never won, a team ranked in the league's bottom 3, led by a first-year head coach already whispered about as a firing candidate. Don't lose this game. Hey, Bills, under the bright lights of Sunday Night Football, the whole nation watching, you face a division rival who managed just 4 wins last year. They've got hope now. A win tonight might put them on your level as a real rival, contending for the division with a young quarterback that's hungry to believe. Don't lose this game. But why? Why this game? Isn't every game important, you may ask? Every win or loss the same in the standings? In a sense, yes. But some games, some weeks mean more. These are the games you're supposed to win. The ones where you're favored, where you know deep down you're the better team. And yet sometimes they slip away. Maybe it's a run of bad luck that evens the field, a tip ball, a bad bounce, the cruel hand of the football gods. Maybe you're already looking ahead to next week's heavyweight matchup and you come out flat, or maybe the other team hits you in the mouth with a game plan you never saw coming. And suddenly you're scrambling to recover what's already gone. Win the games you're supposed to win. So when the season winds down and we're tracing playoff and wildcard scenarios, you'll look back, you'll remember that one game in week 5, the one you should have had, the one that got away, and that feeling, that gnawing, quiet ache of if only. It stays with you. But regret's a heavy thing. You can't carry it forever. Anyways, welcome to Gridiron Thunder. I'm Thor. Let's talk some football.
Bro. So dramatic. Listen,
It's
yes. Listen, yes, I hear you.
Oh,
I hear your haiku.
We've all been.
I know you're enjoying Gosuyote with your poetic words, but
It's going to be week 17. It's going to be like, okay, so this team needs to lose and I need this team to win. And if that team wins, it gives them the tiebreaker over this team. But then the strength of schedule comes into a factor with this. And there's going to, in the back of my mind, as a Rams fan, I can think of a few games like this where it was like, how did we lose that game in week 3? If we had just made that field goal, we would be in the playoffs. We wouldn't have to worry about this. Every football fan has been there. Most football fans, some of the, bad luck franchises don't really have that feeling in recent memory, but the majority of NFL fans have been there.
Speaking of recent memory, you know what I watched last night? Not in its entirety, but I put it on because I was tired and I was like, oh, I like football. I'm on a football podcast. I should watch this. It was a 1979 game between the Saints and who was it? The Browns.
Cool. Was Arch playing?
Arch Manning was playing.
Yeah.
And he was bad. It was a bad game for him. But
yeah, I mean, the Saints were not good.
But it was entertaining to watch, and it was like, wow, football really hasn't changed that much. But man, did they look tiny. I will say. They looked really small. Which is like how it is with every sport. I know, but still, it's funny.
So that's the thing. Like, that's the argument when it comes to records. Like, oh, hey, Eric Dickerson ran for 2,105 yards, and there was only 16 games back then, right? But he was going up against like college players of today. Or you go further back, to like the 70s, or you go back to, like OJ when he passed 2,000 yards in 14 games. It's like he's playing against high schoolers, like Texas high schoolers, So
okay, well, first of all, in 1979, everyone was like Vietnam vets, so have some fucking respect, okay? Second,
I died for this country. No, seriously. Thank you for your... Yeah, thank you.
No. But seriously, it was crazy to watch because it's like that was the era, man. Like, you could see it on like the way that people dress and like as a history nut, I was just like I was thinking about all the historical context surrounding the game, not just the game itself. But no, I mean, listen, every sport like there's this guy in soccer called Pele, and everybody says that about him. Is like, oh, he's considered the greatest, but he was always playing in Brazil, and these people were like no skill compared to the people today. Blah 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 blah. But listen, it was the game of the time, and they were able to like do tactics, play the game as it was. Like I mean, that's how it is with everything. Even video games are kind of like that, man. Like some of the gamers that could do things back in the old days, like wouldn't really be considered that good today, like compared to the competition out there, right?
Yeah.
If you look at like
absolutely.
early Rocket League versus today's Rocket League, like,
I
shooters, all
was
that
thinking
stuff.
like those classic arcade competitions they had in like the 80s,
Yeah.
like the
Well, I mean,
Pac-Man
those,
competitions. Those are
I feel like
sick.
some of those kids would still hang in like modern games, but you know what I'm trying to say. Point is that
Besides the
it's part
fact
of
that they're like
history.
50 now. Yeah.
And yeah, it is funny, but I mean, I don't know. It's just like when you watch Dragon Ball Z. It's like, oh man, I remember when punching a rock in half was considered a big deal. It's like, yeah, it's not a big deal anymore when you can blow up the earth. Like that's just how the NFL is progressing.
Yeah. They almost
But it
break
was
the
cool though.
universe. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but it was cool
Right.
though. It was really fun to see that piece of football history. But speaking of the Saints and all that stuff and Arch Manning, let's start.
Okay, here, real quick. We'll get into the newsworthy games.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That is in the newsworthy games. There's 2 items for news. So let's jump into the news. This just happened. Literally right before we're recording the podcast. There's a little tidbit of information for when we record this for anybody who cares. Why would you? Why would you care? You shouldn't. The Jacksonville Jaguars are trading quarterback Tyson Campbell and a 2026 7th-round pick to the Browns in exchange for corner Greg Newsome and a 2026 round pick per Ian Rappaport and Tom Pelissero. So it's legit.
So is this bad or good?
I don't know. It's kind of a weird one.
This.
Yeah, that's kind of the sentiment that I've seen right now immediately is just, how do I feel? How should I feel? And when I look at it, I know Tyson Campbell. I've watched the Jaguars. He's been good. I guess I should say he's been up and down. There's been a few times where he got burned, but then there's been a few clutch moments where he's like forced fumbles this year. Like he's been a good DB. And then for the Browns, Greg Newsome was coming up in trade conversations. I didn't think it would happen this quickly, but Greg Newsome is a very, very steady DB. He doesn't have as many of like those getting burns plays like I've seen with Tyson Campbell. And I think it's kind of just what organization prefers the DB? Do they like Tyson Campbell more or do they like Greg Newsome more? So it's kind of just a preference trade. It's not, I don't think it's going to move very many needles. I do really like Greg Newsome though. I think that's kind of, I like the Jaguars side if I were to pick a winner. A lot of people are obsessed with winning trades.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's the art of it's the art of the deal.
All right, the other piece of news: Joe Flacco is going to the Bengals.
I just saw this. I did not know that. Why?
I was wondering if you had seen it yet, and I was going to say, hey, Kevin, Joe's going to be playing for the Bengals this weekend, man. Joe's going to be playing. It's Joe Flacco, though. I don't get it. There were other options.
The wrong Joe.
It's the wrong Joe. I would send Jameis to the Bengals. That would have been great. Have Jameis Winston just slinging it out there. Even Russell Wilson. I would have rather had Russell Wilson.
Winston is playing. He's starting for the Vikings right now. He's busy.
No. Winston is on the Giants' 3rd string right now, behind Dart and Russell.
Oh, sorry. I was thinking of Wentz. My bad.
Yeah, you're good. And I just think there were better options out there because Joe Flacco is 41 years old, and the Bengals have arguably the worst offensive line in the league. He's going to get killed.
Yeah, I think the Jaguars are the winners. Or sorry, who traded? Sorry,
the Bengals.
It's been a people. I'm so sorry.
Again, the Browns. Browns are making moves. Browns sense Joe Flacco.
Shador is so because the Browns, is Shador really up next now? Because I don't think Gabriel's gonna
that's funny.
Hanging.
We talked about that interview where he lost his voice last week, where Dylan Gabriel was made the starter and Joe Flacco was listed as number 2, and he was like,
yeah.
This week he was just kind of a little more normal with PR, but still everybody's just poking fun at him. People are saying that Kevin Stefanski, the head coach, is now listed as the number 2 QB on the roster. So it's just like,
that's so fucked up.
And Dylan Gabriel is an upgrade over Joe Flacco. Dylan Gabriel looks good.
Yeah. I watched him play. Yeah, I watched the game a bit. Yeah. I'm not saying he's not good or anything. Rookies are rookies, man. Like you can't expect them to last the whole season at this early in the season.
On the Browns. Yeah.
And on the Browns. Well, listen, the Browns are not that bad. Or maybe I'm confusing them with the 1979 game I watched last night.
They were better back then.
They look pretty good.
Yeah, they were bad. All right. All right, those are the two newsworthy items. Let's jump into it. Week 5, the top newsworthy games. We break down the top 6 every week, the ones that matter, the ones that you need to know about, the ones that people talk about. And then we'll get to the others. All right. Did you see the Buccaneers and Hawks game, man?
I saw the highlights. I wasn't watching that game. I was watching other games that day. Yeah, I know.
It might be game of the year.
Calm down.
It
We're so early.
was a banger. Oh my
Yeah, I
goodness
know.
gracious. No
Nothing
Bucky.
but
No
nothing
problem.
but highlights.
Nothing but highlights. And I mean, okay, so let me just start this by offering a breakdown of Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold. A little bit of a history lesson for you. What do you know about those two quarterbacks and their shared history?
Their shared history, nothing. I do know those quarterbacks. Like I've seen them play throughout the years.
Yeah. So Baker Mayfield was drafted number 1 overall to the Cleveland Browns. In that same draft, the Jets drafted Sam Darnold to number 3 overall. The Jets and Browns are like, yes, we got our franchise QBs. This is going to be great. The Browns are going to Browns. The Jets are going to Jets. They ruin these young QBs' careers. Both of them eventually get shipped off. Baker Mayfield bounces around to a couple teams. Darnold bounces around to a couple teams. At one point, they both end up on the Carolina Panthers. And there's a famous photo of them like in practice. It's Sam Darnold and it's Baker Mayfield. They looked at their QB room with Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold and said, you know what we need to do? We need to trade multiple first-round picks to go get Bryce Young. They let him out of the building. Baker Mayfield has a historic Thursday night football game for the Rams where he wins on like a last-second touchdown after he arrived like one day earlier in LA.
Yeah, tell me about that game. Yeah.
Great game. Darnold plays under Kyle Shanahan. He eventually goes to the Vikings where he gets his shot. And then they trade him to Seattle. Right after that Raiders game with the Rams, Baker Mayfield eventually goes to the Buccaneers where he gets his chance, starts balling out. Now, both of these quarterbacks are balling out. Bucs, Hawks, this past weekend, shootout. They're just trading blows with their young stud receivers. Emeka Egbuka looks like the real deal. The best wide receiver to come out of this draft class, maybe even last draft class.
Damn.
And Jackson Smith and Jigba, he is the Seahawks offense still. They do have a good running game. I will say their offensive line is playing much better than I expected. But it's great to see these two arguably are both top 10 QBs in the league right now. And it just adds to the Panthers' pain too. Like,
because all the good ones are hurt.
What are you doing? Some of the good ones. 2 of the good ones mainly.
Once, yeah. I saw the highlight reels. Nothing but highlights. The highlight reels was like 10 minutes longer than it normally would be. It was crazy.
That was a really, really good one. And it's down to the end, too. Baker has the gunslinger in him, which you'll hear with QBs every now and then, where you live and die by like the streaks that they're on. And Baker, that was definitely a streak. When they lost to the Eagles, they had a last, second drive to try and win it, and Baker ends up throwing an interception. That's going to happen sometimes, too. So, but this one, he was on the money. And I mean, Egbuka just perfect. It just drops into the bucket. Great game. And also, I think it's the best uniform game of the year because the Bucs were wearing their old 70s creamsicles.
Yeah, that is the best uniform in the entire league.
And then I love the Seahawks retro uniform. It's good. It just reminds me of the 90s, It's got
all the retro uniforms are better than today's uniforms, man. I think I said this the other episode, like they all blend together, the modern design. Like they all look like the same team. It's crazy.
They don't really have like the character that the old ones do.
Yeah, there's not enough like mascot vibes with the current uniforms. This jersey I'm wearing is a callback jersey. I got it like it is an Elliott jersey, but the style of it was one of their retro. Yeah. It's not the main cowboy uniform. It's a callback to the 90s or 70s version. I think it's the 90s version.
I think it's the 70s.
Is it?
Staubach,
yeah.
Roger Staubach, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just cooler. It's cooler than the current Cowboys jersey. So I always go with the retro stuff.
I do prefer the Rams, like these uniforms as well.
I remember always picking that like skin when I would play Madden with them and stuff. I would always like roll it back, like, nah, if this. Yeah, dude, I love it. I think that's why it's happening. It's like, oh, these people are playing Madden, and they're just like, oh, we should do this for real. Like, this looks sick.
Nah, what they're doing is they're trying to say, how can we have 17 different uniforms for 17 different games? Because then we can sell 17 different jerseys.
I mean, that
That's
is
why it's
smart.
happening.
That's that Disney.
That's
That's
why it's
that Disney World mentality. But
yeah.
yeah, no, I mean, it came down to a field goal.
Mhm. Right at the
Now
very end.
listen, we were never really feeling the Hawks this whole season, though. So is this really like?
I'm starting to feel them. I started to feel them like last week. I've got to let's watch our phrasing there.
But should we be feeling them more on the Bucs side?
I gotta say I'm a little biased to the Bucks side of this because they were down Mike Evans, their number one receiver. They were down Bucky Irving, their number
Right,
one
exactly.
running back. I picked the Hawks to win this game because the Buccaneers are the depleted team between the two. They're missing pieces on defense as well, but it just doesn't matter. They were able to still put out so much offensive firepower, even missing those weapons. Chris Godwin is back, but he's not himself yet after that massive injury that he suffered last year. So I hope he can come back within the next couple of weeks. But yeah, the Hawks are good. There's not really a weakness on their team. Maybe the lack of like a number 2 receiver to kind of take some of the draw off of Jackson Smith and Jigba, but their running game is really good. I mean, both Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker look really good, and it's just massive holes. I think they're one of the best graded running teams as well. So to have that balance and not having to rely on Sam Darnold to take over games and just have him sit back and shotgun, they run heavy personnel a lot. So it's putting them in a good position. That's for sure. But I did pick the Bucs as my Super Bowl team, so I hope they get healthy and keep rolling.
Oh my gosh, I forgot to check the parlay. I've been so busy. I'm gonna check that while you transition us to the next game because I need to know
All
how good we
right.
did.
I just talked about a game that went against what I picked, so we didn't get it.
Yeah,
Spoilers.
we did win the parlay. Spoiler alert, but we lost Thursday night. Like it just ended before it started.
Hey, Rams, don't lose that game.
Barely, we barely lost it. We'll talk about it.
We'll talk about it. Pat's Bills. You know who else had good uniforms? The Bills. Speaking of all these different options for uniforms, they had these rivalries uniforms. Basically, during the division games, they're trying to have uniforms that kind of like represent the city. And for the Bills, it was like this like ice storm, like pure like white and like silver on the helmet.
Yeah.
It was cool. It looks cool. But that didn't help them
Nope.
because
Not even a little bit.
the Patriots. I like the Pats.
What happened? How come the Bills couldn't pop off against the Patriots? The Patriots are not good. I know their quarterback is like kind of getting heated up recently, but the Patriots as a whole were not good enough to top a beast like the Bills. What the fuck happened? I didn't even watch this game because I thought it was so obvious who was going to slam it.
No, I had an inkling, and I did mention it. Like, I really enjoy this Patriots team, and I do think they are kind of like a pet team for me because I just love watching them. I love Drake May. I've loved him ever since he came out of college. Some people were saying like he's a better talent than Caleb Williams even. I didn't believe that quite, but the more tape I watched, I started to believe it, and then I just kind of keep following him throughout his career. And then I've talked multiple times about how much I loved their rookie class this year with Travion Henderson, which we should see more. You never hope for injuries, but Antonio Gibson is going to be out for the year, who is their number 2. So hopefully we see a little bit more Travion Henderson. And then to answer your question, how did the Bills lose this game? They are the better team. The Bills are the better team, 100%. Division games are weird. Island games are weird. And then there were 4 total fumbles. So the defenses played well, slowed down the game. And then the
fumbles by who?
So 2 fumbles for the Bills, 2 fumbles for the Patriots, kind of evens out. However, there was also 1 interception for the Bills. So if you can make the game sloppy as a worse team, and that was a sloppy game. I mean, you still saw a lot of the game plans, both from Vrabel and McDermott. They knew what they were doing. Like, you saw the functionality and everything, but still there were just those moments where the Patriots were able to take advantage of the, little bit of sloppiness. that came out, or you could say that was forced to come out, and they took advantage. And also, Diggs, the top receiver for the Patriots, is starting to show a real connection with Drake May. And Stephon Diggs used to play for the Bills as well. And you could see it when you were watching, especially during some of those late drives. Stephon Diggs took over. He wanted to win that game just to beat the Bills more than any other player wanted to just win the game. He wanted revenge. You could see it on his face.
Yeah.
He legitimately took over too. Drake May, I mean, you know who Drake May reminds me of? He reminds me of a young Josh Allen. He really does. There's that one play where it's later in the game. They need a good drive. And this like 300-pound lineman is starting to drag him to the ground. He's stiff arming him. And as he's going down, he just somehow like lets the ball out and it travels 10 yards to Stephon Diggs perfectly, who makes a man miss. Runs for another 20 yards. Crazy. I mean, like, if that was Patrick Mahomes, that would be ESPN's top play for like 3 weeks.
I mean, that's the Mahomes meme. He gets called out even when he's not on the field. They're like, if that was Mahomes, it would be.
Yeah. It looked like what Josh Allen does. It looked like what Patrick Mahomes does. You know, it's like that falling down. How did he get the ball out? How is it still a good throw as he's like being tackled? And it was great, man. I love this game.
Yeah. I mean, I guess what surprises me more than anything is not that they lost, it's just that they weren't able to put out like a high output of points. You would think this would be like a 40 game, just like the Bucs game, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, this seems to be kind of the week of the downfall of the undefeated teams, because we've had a few teams that were pretty much undefeated up until now losing.
Mm-hmm.
And also just an update, we got 5 games wrong on our parlay.
That's not bad.
We're back to where we started. Well, that's where we were week 3. We did so good week 4. I was excited going into week 5. But now we're back.
That's why they played the game.
This is why we play the parlay.
That's why they played the game. Yeah.
No, things went against like the way you opened it was perfect, because it's like, yeah, like all these teams that should have won completely. Anyway.
Yeah. And so to your point on why this wasn't like a barn burner, neither of these teams could get the running game going at all. I mean, Travion Henderson was the number 1 rusher for the Patriots, and he had 24 yards. It's nothing.
Bad.
Barely old enough to drink. And then for the Bills, Josh Allen was the leading rusher with 53 yards. He's a beast.
Josh Allen. Yeah, he's fucking crazy. Yeah.
They were able to get the passing game going, but again, the fumbles were just brutal. Ramondre Stevenson losing them. Yeah, Josh Allen fumbled even. So it's like, what are you going to do?
Oh, my God. Speaking of rushing quarterbacks, why are we talking about the Vikings? I have thoughts.
The Vikings? Well, we'll talk about the Vikings. Let's just let's go
stay on track.
The newsworthy games real quick. There's a few more. We got to talk about. Vikings Browns. You matter. You do. Carson Wentz versus Jalen Gabriel. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Just a little bit late. Did you watch the Monday night game? The Chiefs
I was
going to Jacksonville.
Yeah, I was trying not to like jump ahead on the schedule, but yeah, I mean, it's so funny.
Mm-hmm. A lot of things are funny about this game.
It's funny that the it's especially funny because yes, it was like a miracle play. He falls down, all that stuff, right at the very end.
That was awesome.
No. It's like it's going to be highlighted reel for like the rest of my life, probably.
It was such a good Jacksonville play. Like a great Jacksonville play. I love
that's what I'm trying to say. It's like the team that did it, and then the quarterback that did it is like, he was memed so heavily before the start of the season, like with his like surfer boy accent and stuff. And everyone's like, can you imagine following this guy? Can you imagine following this guy into the field? And he's like, all right, guys, we're going to do our best. Like,
yeah.
It's just so fun. It's just so fun. And then for that dude to fucking fall down because he gets stepped on. It's not like he messed up really.
Twice. He falls down twice. He like tries to get up. Ugh.
And then just like strolls in. Like that one Chiefs lineman, like he kind of like, I think he, like I watched it over and over so many times. Like I feel like I think he had an opportunity to get him like right then and there, but I think he thought he was down.
Mm-hmm.
I think he thought he was down because he just kind of like stood for like a half second too long. And then by the time he reacted, quarterback was down.
There was Chris Jones, which people are just ripping him for because he immediately thought Trevor Lawrence was down, so he just kind of stood up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and then Trevor Lawrence like stumbles again, and he like doesn't move, and then he sees Trevor like running to the corner side of the end zone, and he's like, "I'm out of it already." Chris Jones is their star, their number 1 star on defense. He The only reason he isn't more famous is because he plays defensive tackle mainly when Aaron Donald was in the NFL. It was
Damn.
always who's the best defensive tackle in the league, who has the best grades, who has the best pass rush win rate, who has the best run block win rate. And it was always Aaron Donald, a giant gap, and then Chris Jones was always number two. If Aaron Donald wasn't in the league for like 10 years, Chris Jones would have been the best defensive tackle for like the last 10 years.
That's hilarious.
Chris Jones is crazy good. He did not make a good decision at the start of that play to think, Trevor Lawrence is down. It's fine. It's good. And then, he didn't show any hustle at all. Not a good look. Not a good look.
Listen, it was a confusing, okay, in his defense, it's the last 30 seconds of the game. You're tired. Everyone's tired. You're like, your brain's shutting down. You're spent. You know what I mean? So there's the mental part there where you're like, you're not really like fully awake. And then it was
some salts, man.
well, you're not at 100%. You're not at the start of the game.
Yeah, I get you.
And the way that he was falling was very like erratic. It looked like he got hit. Like, with the fog of war, you could see it being an honest mistake, or he had a parlay and he was like, I'm not hitting this guy.
It is very, very, you can.
I need you to go in. I need you to go in.
NFL employee, players, or like NFL Network, even in like the analysts, are not allowed to even go near gambling. Calvin Ridley, who is on the Titans now, he got suspended for an entire year for making one bet on like soccer. So
on soccer? Oh, you can't even bet on other sports.
No, you can't bet.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can't.
I knew you couldn't bet on your league and stuff, but nope. Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like you can't even touch it. You can't even talk about it. They are dead serious about that, which makes it funny because you see DraftKings pop up like every 30 seconds. It's like, hey,
it's like, how do you not talk about gambling?
Yeah,
it's like your number one sponsor, and not for nothing, but what's going to stop you from being like, oh, hey, grandma, make this bet, or hey, YouTube influencer, make this bet, and we'll catch up in the Bahamas.
They would get They are serious about it. They have a lot of investigations, even if they think there's like any funny business going on. But I get you.
I don't know. Maybe I watch too much soccer. There's a lot of corruption.
I'm sure. Just to also touch on this, Patrick Mahomes still looks good. Travis Kelce still looks good. They missed Xavier Worthy. I can't wait to see what this offense looks like with Rashee Rice coming back. That's going to be cool.
Yeah. But it's not going to cover up the fact that they're just like old now, man. Like that's honestly what, dude. Besides those crazy Mahomes. No, obviously Patrick Mahomes, like, but again, the quarterback can't do it all, and the Chiefs are an old team now. Oh my god, both of us.
Yeah, both of us. Hey, wife's made an appearance.
Oh shit, that's excellent. No, Mahomes is Mahomes, but the Chiefs are an old team, so even with Rice returning, like the only reason the Jaguars had that game even close to keeping it competitive was that they're just a younger team, straight up.
I think the Jags are good, man.
No, they're very good, but they're also younger.
They are younger. I do think if they play this game like 10 more times, I think the Chiefs might win it 60% of the time. It's rough. The Chiefs are at that point, but they have no running game. So that's where they're really lacking. Isaiah Pacheco looked a little bit more like himself. However, running games are just missing in the NFL this season. I think everybody freaked out over the Eagles, built their entire defense to stop the run, and now offenses are having to adjust to pass more. Patrick Mahomes and Trevor Lawrence were both the leading rushers in this game. The game we just talked about, Josh Allen was the leading rusher. The Patriots, their leading rusher at 24 yards. It's an epidemic. There's no running game except for a few teams.
Well, I was going to say, I was like, there is still running game out there, but I mean, who's next on this? Because I've been holding back.
I mean, gosh, yeah, it's hard to even get a 100-yard rusher in today's NFL. I will call out Devin Lloyd for the Jacksonville Jaguars. He was the AFC Defensive Player of the Month for September. Now that October starts, how does he open it up? A 99-yard interception return for a touchdown on Patrick Mahomes. Talk about
Patrick Mahomes.
He's a beast. He's a beast. Also, I do want to say that the Trevor Lawrence touchdown at the end of the game is the call an ambulance touchdown. Have you seen that meme?
No.
Call an ambulance.
Not for me.
Yeah. I just got to throw that out there. I hope they keep slinging it, especially next week. Sorry, Hawks. Because they're playing the Hawks. We'll talk about that. All right. Anything else on this game?
No, I mean it's one of those games that's like I said, it's going to be highlighted, especially that last touchdown,
No, it's
probably
good.
for like the next decade at least.
It's probably going to be a play of the year for sure.
Yeah, it's just you're not going to see a repeat of that type of thing for a while, especially in today's because like again, if maybe if it was 1979, you'd see that type of thing a lot because again they were floppy.
Yeah.
They were no
They
no
were
no they were
floppy in 1970.
no they actually weren't that sloppy. They were very professional. Their formations were great. They were running routes like it was the modern game. It wasn't like watching like a 50s football game. But yeah, they were tiny and floppy. Like they would get hit and they would just go flying, bro. It was
Goodness. All right. The next game up, we got to talk about this. Like we said, the Bills were undefeated going into that Pats game. They lost. The Eagles were the only other undefeated. Hell no.
Poor Eagles.
The Eagles are not poor.
The poor Eagles.
The Eagles were the only other undefeated team going into last week, and that's right. Bo Levers. He looks okay. The Bo Nix has some problems. He at the end, he was the reason they won this game. However, he was also the reason they were struggling in the beginning. But yeah, the Bo Nix, Cortland Sutton, Deshaun Payton, J.K. Dobbins, Patrick Surtain, Nick Bonito, gotta shout his name out. They go into Philadelphia. They beat them. They did what they needed to do. A lot of people were picking this way. They thought that this could be the one, and indeed it was. And talking about rushing games being anemic, yeah. Saquon Barkley hasn't had anything. He had like one good pass catch this game for like
6 carries, 30 yards.
Yeah, and yeah,
not looking good for the Madden cover running back.
Yeah, but it's not at least it's not an injury. At least it's not.
No, but it's kind of backing up what you're saying. I mean, I don't know, man. I feel so bad for when running backs start getting successful because then everybody just plans the whole game against them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that's why it's good to have balance. You got to have balance in the NFL.
Well, they have Jalen Hurts. I know he scored 2 touchdowns, but like,
yeah,
if you're not able to make them respected enough, you're really going to be kind of linear or
yeah, Devonta Smith showed up, and they were trying to give AJ Brown more targets. I mean, nearly double-digit targets for both Devonta and AJ Brown. But
did AJ Brown release any salty tweets after losing?
Nothing yet. Yes. Poor AJ Brown, poor Super Bowl champion AJ Brown.
I know,
making millions upon millions of dollars.
Yeah, only he could achieve something.
It's just their team continues to just look flat. You know, like some people.
What do you mean continue to look flat? They were doing great. Every game they played was like pretty freaking solid up until now.
So
the Broncos had something in store for them.
That's the thing is they looked terrible first half against the Rams. Then they balled out. They were doing okay in this game, and then they fall flat in the fourth quarter, and the Broncos score 18 unanswered points. How's it feel? Eagles? But yeah, I mean, there's just something off with this team. There really is. And I do think missing their offensive coordinator is playing a factor. I think they're still trying to figure it out. I don't trust Nick Sirianni to right the ship because the Eagles were one of the best teams a couple years ago. Not their Super Bowl year, but the year before that. I think they were like 11-1. And then just something happened. The team imploded. They lost the next 5 games, and then they lost in the first round of the playoffs. It was an epic collapse. And that's kind of the energy that you get from this team right now. I will say props to the Broncos, though. You deserve it. You really do. I want to see more from Bo Nix. He looked better last year. It's just he's reading everything correctly. He's making the right decisions with the ball. It's just he's missing with the throws, and he was better at that last year. So, maybe he just needs to dial it in. I know Sean Payton wants a 100-yard rusher, but yeah, another good game, important game, just because, the last undefeated fell. The Miami Dolphins are popping champagne.
I hate to see it. I was hoping the Eagles would keep it going, do like a 15-game run or something, and then let it slip at the end.
No, I'm good. There's a few teams. There's a few teams I'm over. Where it's like really fun, like where a team like has success and it's like, oh, cool. Like the Eagles had never won a Super Bowl. Cool, good for them. Go get it. Nick Foles, awesome. And then they kept being good, and then the tush put. Yeah, I'm over it.
You gotta don't hate on the winners, man. Don't hate on the winners. Don't hate them because they're beautiful.
Don't do what I want. They deserve it. Tom Brady. Anyways,
I do hate hearing him as an announcer. I gotta say.
I'm over it. I'm over Tom Brady as an announcer.
I'm so over it. I'm so over it. I'm so over it. I don't like it. I don't know why, but I don't like it.
He has a distinctive voice, and it's just every time I'm like fully immersed in the game, and then he starts saying something, and he's fine as an announcer. He was really bad last year. He's fine. I think he's getting better. And, he does offer good insights, but then every now and then he still falls back into that trap of like, well, they really got to try to get the run going. And it's like, just little moments. And of course I'm being biased because I just have that like inkling of like, I don't want to like you, so maybe I'm just trying to find things to nitpick. But no, he's fine. Tom Brady, he's fine. There you go. Clip that. All right. Anything else on this game? Broncos.
No. I expect better from the Eagles moving into next week. I don't think they're gonna. I think this is probably maybe gonna be the worst game you see from them.
You know what?
This was a cursed week. Week 5 was cursed for a lot of teams.
You know what? Speaking of teams that we expect better from. Hey, Cards. Hey, how you doing?
Leave the Cards alone.
This is an important game.
Were very hurt. They were very injured. Okay.
They were injured.
And yes, it was the Titans. And I don't think they've won a game until now.
Yep. Yeah, they were.
I'm right about that. I just checked it. Yep.
They were putrid. They were putrid. They were still kind of putrid in this game.
No, they were. They were trying. But listen, the Cards, they have nothing left, dude. They completely broke down. They broke down at the start of the season. All their best
they don't have DBs. I think that's what you're referring to. Yeah,
their best defensive players are gone, which allows a team like the Titans to squeak in.
No. There's two key plays that sum up this game. If you haven't seen them, pull them up on the other screen right now. The first play is Amari DiMercato. You will see that he's the top rushing leader for both teams because he had this 81-yard rushing touchdown. And I feel like we saw something from the Colts-Rams game where A.D. Mitchell had a super long run, but as he was crossing the goal line, he just dropped the ball. And you know what? It was still on his fingertips as he was crossing the goal line, but the refs met and they said, well, he doesn't have possession. And the ball goes out of the back of the end zone. It's a turnover. Jonathan Gannon, the head coach, right after that play, this is, again, the Cardinals were up 21-3 in this game. They were up 21-3. DiMercato, that would have been the kill shot. Gannon kind of sees the momentum turning. He goes up to DiMercato on the sidelines, and one of the offensive linemen's like holding DiMercato like around the shoulders like a big brother, like with a younger sibling. And Jonathan Gannon, he gets kind of violent with him. And you see him like, you don't see the punches, but you can like see DiMercato like jolt back a few times. And Gannon ended up getting fined $100,000.
Oh my God.
For hitting DiMercato on the sidelines. So there's that play. Cardinals don't lose this game. That's how you lose it. The other play, again, we saw the Trevor Lawrence fall down twice, call an ambulance play.
Right.
Less than 30 hours after, we saw Cam Ward rolling to his left, rookie QB, need some points against what should be decent Cardinals team, throws the ball. No, it's intercepted. The Cardinals player gets up. Oh, what's that? It fumbles. The ball goes into the end zone. Titans pick it up, recover it in the end zone. Touchdown. The interception touchdown, Kevin. It's rare.
Listen, maybe the Titans are just really good, and we didn't know it until now. Now, listen.
Nope.
Magical things happen when two shit-ass teams fight each other. Yeah. It's like watching two bad fighters. It's some of the best fights you'll ever see is when they're both bad versus when they're both really good.
throwing sloppy punches, and sometimes they
Yeah.
can. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I mean, and that's basically what this game was. We've seen a few of these types of games already this season, and I think Tom Brady called this game, if I remember correctly, because I watched parts of. I didn't catch the whole game, but I watched parts of this game because I was like, "Come on, Cards!" And then I saw what was happening, and I was like, "No," but maybe it was one of the other games. I watched a lot of.
I don't want to look this up right now.
I was I was scanning through a lot.
No, I'm trying to think. I think he had a better game. He is their top announcer, so he typically gets the best game of the slate.
He's their top announcer.
Oh, they're paying him like $100 million. Dude.
Oh my god!
I think he might have been on Eagles, Broncos. Anyways, yeah, the interception, fumble, touchdown recovery. Cardinals, you lost that game. And if the season plays out, I think the Cardinals are going to get like 7 wins, and they're going to be looking back and like, man, maybe we could have been a wild card team if we had just beaten the Titans. All right, anything else on this game?
The Cardinals are definitely going to have that moment.
Mm-hmm.
What do you? Yeah. Okay, so I'm really surprised you put this all the way at the bottom of our top news.
So,
because I wanted to talk about it first thing, to be honest with you, because to me it was.
We'll talk about it.
Crazy.
Hey, Ram, don't lose this game. The reason it's down is because the other 2 teams in the NFC West that really could have buried the Rams because of this folly, both lost. Both Seattle and Arizona lost. So that makes the importance of winning that game a little bit less. Still bad.
But you forget that I said, hey, Rams, last week I said this. If you lose this game, you're not going to go to the Super Bowl. Yeah. Because this is a marker of like your destiny for this year, and we saw what happened.
We'll see. I still believe. Never count out Stafford. PFF's number 1 ranked QB, actually, in the league. PFF has issues, but Matthew Stafford, he's balling. You know who's not balling? Karen Williams, man. In the Eagles game last year, where we were 13 yards away from winning on a 4th down, we had a chance to beat the Eagles. Karen Williams fumbled the ball in that game in a key spot, and the next play was a 70-yard Saquon Barkley touchdown. We're about to put the 49ers away in this game, hand the ball off to Kyron. He has a decent hole. He gets decked in the head. I'm not a fan of the replay where you see the person legitimately hit his face mask before punching the ball out. I can't really knock him for letting go of the ball because he's taking a shot from a 300-pound lineman to the face mask. I mean, you see his head go crazy, but still. Fumbling's an issue, and fumbling's an issue for Kyron Williams. Also, I don't put the loss on him. The loss, I think, is on Chris Shula because he doesn't trust his DBs. We're down a DB. The Rams are down Ahkello Witherspoon, who is their top DB. He's hurt, which leaves us undersized DBs, and that's how you win these games is you attack the perimeters. That's not really what the 49ers did. What they did is they saw how much they were leaving space on the perimeters because, again, they're playing off coverage, and they found the space underneath to just keep dumping the ball off. Mac Jones' average depth of pass in this game was like 1 yard or like 2 yards. It was literally just dink and dunk down the field, and they never stopped it. I mean, they were down 14-0 after the first 2 49ers drives. You got to dig out of that hole. What did I say earlier? Suddenly you're scrambling to recover what's already gone. Yeah. Chris Shula did not game plan properly. I've liked Chris Shula a lot. He's a really good defensive coordinator. I did not like him for that game.
But then Sean McVay take responsibility for the bad play calling in that game because, again, even the fact that they made that play that caused the fumble wasn't really the play to go for in that situation.
That was a good play. What I think you're talking about is in overtime when they could kick the field goal, which would essentially kind of secure the tie, but like clapping with mittens on. But they played for the win. It was 4th and 1. It was a long one, but it was 4th and 1, and they take a timeout. The 49ers take a timeout. You've had like 2 minutes to talk about this and just think about this. And what they do is they just run Kyron just straight ahead. And that was the play call. A lot of people are thinking, okay, that's assumedly what the 49ers expected because they stopped him like in the backfield. Why not you have arguably the number 1 receiver in the league in Puka Nacua. You have PFF's number 1 QB in the league. Just fake the run and then just chuck it up to Puka. And that's kind of what Sean McVay took accountability for in the post game, was like saying, he could have made a better call. However, the argument against that is if you can't get 1 yard, what are you doing? Which is fair. Like you can't get 1 yard with a run. So yeah, there's issues. There's issues all over. Props to the 49ers. Kendrick Bourne. How did that happen? Mac Jones looked like he was about to get carted off on an ambulance at the end of this game. Like his pants were falling down. He was his knee brace. I don't know what was happening. He was getting killed.
Listen, football's hard. Okay, 1 yard is not 1 yard is no joke. I don't know if you know this, but getting a yard in football is actually a difficult task.
It's really tough. Yeah.
No, and again, the fumble, I don't know. Like, I think people are just drawing parallels too much. Like, fumbles happen. Yes, they were both times during key plays, but that was like a perfect strip sack. Or not strip sack, sorry. Strip punch. Punch strip? What's the word?
It was a right hook. Strip. It was a perfect right hook haymaker to the face mask and then down to the punch. I can't fault him for it. It's just Rams fans have seen this. I think he's cost us like 3 or 4 games with timely fumbles at this point.
Maybe he's betting. Maybe he's got bets.
He's like, he should have had 2 hands on it, but he just had 1 hand on it.
Well, we did say that this was Sean McVay's weakness, was the 49ers for some reason.
Yeah.
Still haven't really understood why, but yeah.
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah.
Lord.
And we'll talk about it, but the Rams are going to Baltimore this week as heavy favorites. Sean McVay is also famous for playing down to the level of competition. So we shall see. All right.
They don't stand a chance against the Rams. Don't stand a chance against Cooper Rush. That's all I'm going to say.
All right. Let's talk about the others. The others. If your team is
Vikings, Browns.
The others. Sorry, it's just, be better.
The Vikings, hold on. I disagree with the Vikings Browns being the others. It was a great game. There was a lot of news. It was Dylan Gabriel's first game.
Yeah.
Carson Wentz was playing suicidal. For some reason, he decided to take he ran the ball a lot because the Vikings were playing rough. Carson Wentz was doing great. I've always been a big fan of Wentz, but he dislocated his shoulder halfway through that game and just kept playing the whole time. He's walking around like he had to actually leave the field at some point, and then he messed his shoulder up and he just played the game limping it on his not dominant arm. But so that was concerning because they're already down their starter quarterback. Carson Wentz is maybe injured going into next week. I don't know how bad his shoulder was. He did play the rest of the game with it, but
he's fine. From everything I've seen, is it'll be further evaluated this week. Do we have any updated news about Carson Wentz?
He was just taking a lot of hits without even trying to slide or go out of bounds. He was just going into them like he was a running back or something. And he's kind of older now, and he wasn't taking those hits well. He was just getting dropped. And again, he was picking up yards, whatever. He was he was helping them win the game by doing what he was doing, but it just didn't make sense to me why he was being so reckless.
Okay, yeah. So
that was concerning.
Looks like Carson's good. Carson's good for this game.
They might be lying.
Oh yeah, teams lie all the time, especially about injuries.
Yeah, especially if it's your second string quarterback that's injured. I'm not going to tell you that before the game starts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, that's why I wanted to mention that, because it's just kind of insane to see that from a second string quarterback to just be going balls to the wall that way. But that being said, Dylan Gabriel looked good. Put in Shedeur.
I didn't know he was a lefty. I didn't know
Carson Wentz?
No, Dylan Gabriel. When I started watching that game, I was like, interesting. But yeah, he's also very short. That was kind of the knock coming out of college.
Well, that's why I keep saying that Shedeur's about to start, because tiny guys are not a tiny rookie is not who's still learning their system and everything.
He looked decent.
No, not doubting him. I'm just saying from a attrition standpoint over the rest of the season, and they just got rid of Joe Flacco.
Yeah,
Shedeur's going to get his start this year, bro. It's just going to happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I could see it. So that's what I would say about this game is, first of all, congratulations, Vikings. You did it.
Yeah, Wentz killed himself to get it, but yeah.
I think the highlight from this game, though, that I take away from it is the Browns. You nailed this rookie class. Dylan Gabriel looks decent. I want to see more from him, but who looks really good is Quinshon Judkins. people were talking about it. I mean, we're talking about the anemic nature of the rushing game in the NFL. He goes for 110 yards. 100-yard rusher. We found one. Oh my God. He's a rookie. And then Harold Fannin continues to look really good. They're rookie tight ends. Cool. Browns build off of it. Don't just waste it.
They're
All
gonna
right.
waste it.
Hey, nice jersey. You want to talk some
Yeah.
Cowboys? Some Cowboys Jets?
Yeah. I put it on just so that the viewers at home would know that this comes from a place of love. The Cowboys are celebrating way too hard about beating the Jets.
Of course they are.
The winless team in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, we're so good now. We're so amazing.
Well, to be fair, through
Dak Prescott, top QB in the NFL. Dak Prescott's so golden. He's always the best, but we're never gonna.
I think he would finish like number 2 in MVP voting right now. I think he would. Maybe number 1.
Right now, I know. That's why I put on the jersey because it's like, hey, Cowboys fans, live it up. Our season's about to get really ugly.
So they might have the best offense in the NFL.
Sure. Let's let them have it. We can let them have it. I put on the Cowboys jersey this week, just for them.
100-yard rushers, Javonte Williams, man. And then think about this.
Against the Jets, bro. That's what guys. Check yourself. None of these stats mean anything. It was the Jets.
But they're missing their number 1 offensive weapon in CeeDee Lamb. He's coming back. He's like questionable this week, probably next week.
Yeah, not this game.
Yeah, not this game, but probably next game, hopefully.
But what's his face? But what's his face has really been picking up though. Yeah, Pickens. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like they're balling out with these people. Jake Ferguson is looking good. Javonte Williams is looking good.
Yeah. Against the Giants, against the Jets. I mean, it's so great. Wow, so amazing.
You know what, Kevin? If you were looking at this from like a Cowboys lens, hey, Cowboys, don't lose this game. And you know what? They went in there, they took care of business. That's what they're supposed to do.
During a cursed week, yes, I'm proud of them for not joining the parade of teams that should have won losing. However, it's the Jets.
It's the Jets.
So treat it like a no, I don't.
Bad for them. I feel
treat them. I've never liked the Jets my whole life. I've never been a Jets fan.
Really interesting.
Oh yeah, I don't like New York teams. The Bills are like my. That's why I've been telling you. I'm so surprised that I've been voting for the Bills so hard recently because it goes against everything in me to do that.
Interesting.
Anyway,
I want to dive more in like a therapist. How did the Jets hurt you, Kevin? How did the Giants? Where did the Giants touch you, Kevin?
I just don't like New York, man. I'm sorry. Sorry, New York listeners.
Ooh. Hey, you know what? I like New York. Huh? Yeah. I'm walking it. Huh? You got a problem? My family's from New York. Nobody come after me.
Everyone's coming after you. Everyone hates us. All of New York.
Okay. Anyways, not much else to talk about. Justin Fields is not the problem. The Jets running game is not the problem. Garrett Wilson is definitely not the problem. It might be defensive play calling. Aaron Glenn, where you at? That's your bread and butter. All right. Anything else on this one?
Nope. It's the Jets.
What about the Dolphins? Your other team.
Oh, Dolphins. If you can't beat the Panthers, another day is just getting closer to death.
They're just getting closer to. You know what? I think we kind of nailed it. The Dolphins' offense looked almost more operational without Tyreek Hill.
Right. However, it was still very ineffective play calling, and basically the inability to control There was no pace control. They were chasing the game the whole time.
So they were chasing the game the whole time because we've been talking about 100-yard rushers. I had Red Zone on. I had other games on. I did not have this game on. But whenever Red Zone would flip to Rico Dowdle, and also just for all the fans, I also watch the condensed games before this podcast, just so everybody knows. So I literally watch every play from every game.
I watch as much as I can before the podcast. I won't say every game, but I jam in as much as I can. Yeah.
Every time Red Zone flipped to this, it was just so funny. Rico Dowdle again, another 50-yarder. It's like, what is happening? Rico Dowdle?
Because it's the Dolphins.
The Dolphins' run defense is bad. But Rico Dowdle had this opportunity because Chuba Hubbard is hurt, their starting running back. And I don't know if Chuba gets the job back because, man, Rico Dowdle 206 yards rushing.
Do it again.
He
That's why
took
it's
the
not the
game
Dolphins.
over. He literally won them that game.
He
Impossibly.
did. No, that's what I mean. The Dolphins, like, yes, they were being more creative without Tyreek Hill, but it didn't, like, unfortunately, it was like, if you're a real Dolphins fan, you're excited about that. You know what I mean? But from, like,
Moral victory.
yeah, but, like, overall, not much else to say, unfortunately.
Yeah. All right. I know you got a lot to say about this one. I'll hand the ball over to you. Oh, wait. Next game up, Houston, Baltimore. You know what I have from last week? I wrote it down somewhere. Here we go. My piece of paper with Cooper Rush's stats.
What were your stats? How close were you?
My stats
I
for
didn't make
Cooper
a bet.
Rush was 15 of 28. He was actually 14 of 20. All right. I was one off on completions. That's not bad. 118 yards. He had 179 yards. I had 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He had 3 interceptions. Not too far off.
But listen.
I watched every Cooper Rush snap because
I watched that whole game. I watched that whole game very upset.
I had to be prepared to talk about it. I knew it.
I'll let you go first. You tell me. First of all, it sounds like he exceeded your expectations, minus the touchdown.
He exceeded my expectations negatively. No, honestly, so he had 1 interception where it was like dumb decision.
Agreed. I can agree with you.
Yes,
one was on him.
Tricked. Yeah.
Yeah.
The other 2 really weren't on him. So those plays happen. It's bad to compile all those together. That's not a good sign for a QB. But there were some plays where you had good throws. But the story of this game is the Ravens defense is putrid, missing all of their key players, missing all of their key stars. They're not going to be able to keep up with any decent offense, which I think the Texans are a decent offense.
They're just barely decent, which was upsetting to see them struggle so much against the Texans, because we knew that it was going to be tough for them to face their defense, and that was going to be like, can Cooper Rush squeeze anything out of this game, right? But for them to just get walked all over defensively, for the Ravens to not have a defense is like blasphemy, bro.
It hurts.
It's the reason why I love the Ravens is their legendary defensive culture, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I will say a few things. Yes, Cooper Rush is a second string quarterback. Yes, one of those interceptions. But I mean, one of the interceptions he throws to his tight end, it basically is an incomplete pass, but he stops it just barely to toss it up in the air and hold it like this behind his head so that he could just get plucked out like a fucking mango.
I've said it.
You can't fault Cooper Rush for that, man.
I've said it before. I'll say it again. Make tipped interceptions not a QB stat. If the interception is truly not the QB's fault, don't have it be an interception on the stats, man. Just don't.
I mean, it is an interception. It's just like how much blame are you going to throw on it?
It's an interception for the defense, sure, but it's not the QB's fault, right? He did exactly what he needed to do.
Another thing that was not the QB's fault in this situation were the plays that were being called. They obviously so a few things. Cooper Rush is not a Lamar Jackson format type.
Nobody.
So they purposely
is. Literally nobody is.
Yeah, but it was not even adjacent, not even close, right? They went like completely the other side when they put Cooper Rush, and they did this intentionally. They paid $2 million for Cooper Rush to be second string quarterback. So this wasn't like an accidental, like, oh, Cooper Rush has ended up here. Like, this was an intentional move set. So if you have this intentional move set, you would think that you would have like a plan to operate within that format, since you're completely switching up your quarterback formation. They didn't do anything to fucking accommodate for that. Not only did they not do anything to accommodate for that on the offensive line, they didn't trust him. They were feeding the ball. They were feeding the ball to Henry, knowing that the Texans were going to be completely focused on the run blocking because Henry was there, because Lamar, they just walked right into it. That's the best way I can explain it. They didn't do anything to even fucking gamble a chance to win that game. They're like, no, feed it to Henry, even though the Texans have one of the better run defenses in the whole league. They know we're only going to run they're not respecting the pass. Cooper Rush had like 14 snaps or 20 snaps or like barely. Like
20
they were just
attempts.
they were not for the situation that they were in against a team like the Texans. It should have been a way more attempts on the pass than they gave it. And when they started their first drive, Cooper Rush was actually his first drive was great. He was nailing every pass. They were getting close to the end zone, and then as soon as they got close to the end zone, Henry. Oh, we didn't get it. Like it made no sense to me why they would. It's to me that's really the issue with the Ravens right now. It's I don't. I know I sound biased as fuck right now, but it's not on Cooper Rush, dude.
We
Like
all
if
have,
they
we all
were
have biases.
if they would just play football properly, like actually use tactics and formations to accommodate for not Lamar Jackson being on the field, it would have gone so much better. It could have been close to a tie.
So the Ravens lost this game because of their defense percent. I do think if
But even if they played their
Rush,
defense differently, the way they were running their offensive drives, they still would have been in a bad situation.
so that's what I was getting at. If Cooper Rush and the offense plays to the peak of Cooper Rush's ability, I still think they only put up like 21 points in this game.
But that's enough. That's it.
That's
That should have
enough
been to
if
beat
the
a team like the
defense
Texans.
doesn't give up 44 points.
Exactly.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see, man. Good game this week, Rams.
I know. And I said it earlier, the Rams don't stand a chance against the might and fury. You can't stop the rush. You see that gif I sent you?
We'll talk about this later, but man, I can't wait for my Puka jersey. All right.
Yeah.
Giants,
Fucking
Saints. Giants, Saints. Dart. I almost included this in my opening rant about don't lose this game. I was so hyped for the Giants to go into New Orleans and win this game. They don't, because Dart is a rookie. He throws 2 dumb decision interceptions, and the New Orleans, they take advantage. They didn't make those same mistakes. Rashid Shaheed has a long bomb. Great. Yeah, signs of life from the Rat Man. I love that. Spencer Rattler. Cam Scatterboo looks, okay. But yeah, not too much to say on this one. Giants, I love you. I was raised a Giants fan. I just expected you to win this game. You should have. You should have won this game.
I didn't, because I called it out last week that I think Dart had a big advantage of just not having like a lot of tape on him, and then that advantage was gone as soon as he played that game last week. And because he's a rookie, he's going to be easy to read, which I think is why those interceptions played such a key or happened so quickly.
They were bad decisions. Kind of like I was talking about Bo Nix being able to read the field and make the right decisions. It's just he was missing. Dart, I think, was starting to just panic a little bit, and then he would throw the ball up, and it was not the right decision. So, yeah. He did rush the ball again 7 times for 55 yards. I don't think it's sustainable, man. Don't take hits, especially on a young QB. Don't rattle him. Spencer Rattler, rattle. There you go. The New York Giants, they got rattled.
Yeah, don't have too much more to say. I guess it's just we'll see if Dart comes back from it. But everyone was losing their mind for Dart last week, and I think they were just excited to see the Giants do something.
If any New York team has success, they will be one of the most talked about teams in the nation, no matter what. Just because it's New York.
Yeah. See, this is another reason why I don't fuck with New York. Anyway.
From the Cowboys fan, that's rich. All right.
We're America's team.
Oh, man.
Check your privilege.
Hey, history quiz. Where does America's team come from?
No idea. We're just the Cowboys. We've always been America's team, bro.
So actually, they were doing a bunch of documentaries on each team, kind of like a history of this team back in the 70s. And they were just coming up with like random names, which none of the other teams' names caught on. The one that did catch on was they had this documentary for the Dallas Cowboys, America's team. And that was kind of like the subtitle of this documentary. And then forevermore, the Dallas Cowboys are America's team. So it was just one kind of throwaway line for somebody prepping a documentary, like, oh shit, I need to
I need to get this YouTube video ready.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
Hey man.
So there you go.
That's how history is made. All right.
Yeah. Speaking of America's team, currently that's the Detroit Lions. And they did what we thought they would do. Jake Browning.
They did it so bad they call Joe Flacco.
It's so bad they called Joe Flacco. Yeah, I was writing the agenda before that trade went down, and my number one note is Browning ain't it. And yes, those are my kinds of notes. Like, man, Browning ain't it.
And yeah, I mean, I think they made the same note during the game.
Yeah.
Big
Yeah,
letters.
Zach Taylor was like, I need to fire Browning before they fire me. Which if Flacco is god awful, which I think he might be, Zach Taylor, they're still gonna come for you, man. They are.
Flacco's not going to be awful. He's just going to get killed. He's just going to get killed.
And guess what?
He's going to do
killed,
good, and
they don't play well.
I know. It's just I feel so bad. I feel like if this, I don't know.
I do feel for Bengals fans a lot.
Yeah. One of the best uniforms in the league too.
I know. Shame. It's sick, especially their white Tiger uniforms.
The white one, yeah. Oof. I know. Oof. I know the white.
Yeah, just props to the stars. Props to Jack Campbell. Props to Alex Anzalone on the Lions defense. I feel like they don't get talked about enough. Props to Jared Goff. Jared go off, and not Jared Goof. I hope we don't see Jared Goof this season. Amon-Ra St. Brown still balling out, and then props to Jamar Chase, man. I mean, they were garbage time touchdowns, but good for you, man. 110 yards. With that, I mean, yeah, just he will not allow himself to have back-to-back bad games. He just won't do it. All right, last game. Commanders at Chargers. Chargers are depleted. Bill, Krosky Merritt for the Commanders looks good. Jaden Daniels did enough. The Chargers are depleted, man. And then heartbreaking. They had Najee Harris and Amarian Hampton to start the year at running back. Najee Harris goes down. He's out for the season. Amarian Hampton leaves this game in the third quarter. And then he is seen leaving the game in a walking boot. He gets placed on IR. He's missing 4 weeks. I think Hassan Haskins is going to be their starting running back for any of you fantasy heads. It's rough, man. The Chargers offensive line, Justin Herbert is doing everything in his power to lift this team. And he's doing a pretty good job, but he can't. He can't do everything. He just can't. I feel for you, Chargers. And people will talk about the 49ers taking over SoFi Stadium. They did. The Commanders took over the Chargers SoFi Stadium.
No way, really?
Yeah, it was a sea of red for both the LA teams this week.
Damn. LA, what's going on? What's going on with LA?
Don't move your team out of LA.
It's almost like it's a transient society that has no loyalty to its roots.
Yeah, like
sorry, I'm talking shit about New York and Los Angeles today.
Yeah, we all know how terrible the fan bases for the Lakers and the Dodgers are, huh?
Yeah, no one cares.
Don't move.
No, you're right. It's because the teams weren't loyal. I get it. I understand. Yeah. LA, they're very salty. They're very salty out there. They don't forgive and forget very easily. I mean, listen, they're still talking about the Dodgers when they built that stadium. Not to turn this into a baseball podcast, but that's controversy, man. I just found out about that. That's insane.
All right. Anything more about Week 5?
No. 5 games lost on the parlay. Week 5 wrong games. That's what I'm telling you. It's something about that week. It's some cursed things are happening.
All right. Get out of here, Week 5.
But one of the worst things that happened during Week 5 is that I
come back,
lost my sir.
Oh, yeah, we can talk about it.
Because of the Ravens defense. Like we were just saying. Not because of Cooper Rush. I don't blame Cooper Rush for losing. I don't blame Cooper Rush. I don't blame Cooper Rush for losing.
You know what doesn't help your defense? Turnovers are not good for defenses. Right. I told you, Kevin. I told you, man. I saw that clip get kind of blown up on YouTube. It was like, Cooper Rush might die.
Yeah.
I was telling you.
Yeah. I know.
Yes, everybody. I have won the Survivor pick. I picked the Lions, who dismantled the Bengals, and K-Dog, Kevin, chose Cooper Rush. It was bad. It was a bad beatdown.
Yeah, no, like I said, that was out of all the games, that was the game I decided to watch beat by beat, not even miss the commercials kind of thing. And the whole time I was just devastated. And again, I was so excited because they actually had a really good opening drive, that rehearsed drive that you always talk about, that rehearsed, those rehearsed, they did really great right until the end of that drive. They just started feeding it to Henry for no reason, but throwing perfect passes, big passes, not even doing little dimes.
We don't have to keep talking about this.
I can't get over it.
All up.
I was lost. I lost it when I was watching.
I did love the message from you. like after that game where it was like, who did you pick for Survivor?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, Kevin. Oh no.
Because I was so excited about the Cooper Rush thing that I had, and as I was watching them lose, I was more upset about the parlay at that point than the Survivor pick. But then as the game ended, and as I was like watching the last game Sunday night, I was like, I just lost the Survivor, but I was like, but wait, Thor could have also lost.
Yeah, and
Who did
then
he
we
pick
still be
again?
in it. Yeah. Nope. And nope.
And I was like, well,
so yes, Kevin will be getting me a rivalries Puka Nakua jersey. Those rivalries jerseys are sick.
They're pretty sick. I like the black.
Man.
I'm looking at it right now.
Appreciate it. So speaking of, we're not going to do Survivor picks anymore this year. We could, maybe like keep tallies. I guess it could be cool if like we went perfect or nearly perfect, but man. What a lot of people do, what I think would be fun on this podcast is if we kind of stick our flag in the ground. I don't know what we're going to call it, but it's just going to be like our pick, the Gridiron pick, the Thunder pick, something. I don't know. We alternate who picks first every single week, but I think it would be fun where we have to pick a game that we feel confident about, where the spread is 3.5 or lower. So basically the coin flip games. We can't say, oh, I think the Lions are going to
beat. That are obvious.
I don't think the Lions are going to beat the Bengals. We have to say like this week, for example, like San Francisco, Tampa Bay. We could pick that one. Or Seattle, Jacksonville. That's a coin flip game. The games that are harder to pick, we'll have some more variance, and then we'll keep the records going from there. Fair?
Fair. I'm pulling up over-unders right now. Yep.
All right. We'll save that for the end. We've been doing Survivor picks at the end. You ready to go into the island game breakdowns?
Yes.
The island games. All right. Dart. The Giants. Philadelphia Eagles are going to New York. Thursday Night Football on Prime Video. Philadelphia Eagles are favored by 7.5 points.
Rivalry game.
NFC East division rivalry game. Eagles coming off a loss. Giants coming off a loss. Eagles are favored by 7.5. I think rightfully so.
Ooh, yeah, I mean, is there really a chance? Giants. Is there really even a chance?
How did the Giants win this game? You want to know how? By the Eagles not looking like they have it together. Their offense comes out flat. The Giants stop Saquon Barkley in the running game, which basically every single team has done this year. They force Jalen Hurts to throw the ball, and then their defensive line, the pass rush, gets after Jalen Hurts. Maybe a couple turnovers, and then Jackson Dart is a game manager or a little bit more than that, and he's able to throw the ball over the field. His rushing attempts work. Scatterboo runs in for a couple touchdowns. Boom, Giants win. There you go.
Scatterboo only knows how to just hit people. He doesn't run for the end zone. He runs at a person. He looks at someone in front of him.
Who am I going to hit?
Yeah. He's never going for the end zone. So no, I don't see Scatterboo doing it. Even if the Eagles are a little off kilter, I think the Giants just have such slow threat potential that I don't think the Eagles are really going to have to scatter that much. Even if they're not outputting, even if Barkley gets shut down,
realistically, I think the Eagles will get their running game going because I think Barkley's going to have a chip on his shoulder because he just wants to shove it in the face of his old team, which in 2 more years, I don't think people will really remember Barkley being on the Giants, which is very sad as the Giants are my second favorite team. So
he remembers.
He does. Yes, he does.
He remembers. And he's been pent up all season. So I agree with you. I think he's going to ball out.
Yeah. MetLife Stadium. It'll be fun though. It will be fun to watch. All right, the next international game. Did you realize how many international games there are?
I thought there was like literally 2 during the preseason. I didn't know they did so much during the actual season.
We're up to like 6 or 7 straight weeks of international games now.
That's new, right? That was never like this before.
They keep adding more every single season. I love it. And this one
just do the World Cup. Just do the World Cup. Let's make NFL international. I want Japan, Germany, Russia. I want everybody showing up in Las Vegas for a tournament over the course of 30 days. Winner takes all.
30 days. How many games are we trying to play?
Hey, that's how we do it in soccer, man.
No, you need a week recovery at least. Even that's
Yeah.
pushing it. But yeah, what I always think is funny that always annoys soccer fans is when NFL teams are crowned Super Bowl champions, they are the world champions.
Yeah.
Deal
Because
with it.
America is the world.
All right,
No, I
the
mean,
Broncos,
no one has a presence like America when it comes to this sport. That's why we can get away with it.
of course. Shout out Canadian Football League. Broncos are
Sorry, Canada.
heading to New York. Different days, different country than the Thursday night game. NFL Network, it starts at 6:30 a.m. I'm a fan, man. With my toddlers waking up at 7, I get to just turn on football as soon as I wake up. I love
Yeah,
it.
no, I like it. I do
I'm a
like
big
it.
fan. They're in the Tottenham's Hotspur Stadium in London, England. The Broncos are, again, rightfully favored by 7.5 points. Coming off a big win over the Eagles. The Jets defense, I don't think is going to be able to keep up. Aaron Glenn shows some signs of life. I mean, just like I did with the Giants. If the Jets win this game, Justin Fields and their offensive running game beat up on that Denver Broncos defense. Garrett Wilson wins his battle against Patrick Surtain. That's going to be spicy all game. Garrett Wilson's looking really good. And then on the opposite side, Sauce Gardner shut down Cortland Sutton. Quinnen Williams shut down J.K. Dobbins.
No way.
I could see it. You know what really could happen is the Broncos have a worse time dealing with jet lag. They were completely focused on beating the Eagles,
No pun
and they're
intended.
overlooking the Jets. This is a
Jet-
good opportunity.
Fighting the
Hey,
Jets with jet lag.
ooh, spicy. Hey, Broncos, don't lose this game.
Don't lose this game, Broncos.
Don't lose this game, Broncos. I like Justin Fields though, man. He's fun to watch. I was just watching a highlight reel of Justin Fields scrambles, and I mean, some of them are just absurd. He's great. Jets are not great though.
Jets are not great, man. I'm sorry. Like if they get their first win outside the U.S., that's just
funny. It's funny. I would love it. All right.
But I'd rather talk about the Lions and Chiefs Sunday Night Football. My God,
the Chiefs are favored.
No,
the Lions are going into Kansas City on Sunday night, NBC at Arrowhead Stadium. Chiefs are favored by 2.5. The over-under for this game is 52.5. That's a lot. They think there's going to be a lot of scoring. To put it in perspective, the Eagles and Giants are the lowest at 40.5, matching the Titans and the Raiders game this week.
Oh my God, disgraceful.
It's funny. It's just funny.
So tough game to call in theory, but I think this really goes to the Lions. The Chiefs are old. And I think we didn't give credit to the Lions. I know we're like, oh, it's not the same Lions as last year, but they're part of the, club right now still.
Mm-hmm.
Not many teams are there right now.
No, I think...
And they had their loss early in the season.
I think
so they're going hot right now.
Team in the NFL. I do.
I don't know. I need to see the Bills.
Yeah, there you go. Back off. Not giving them enough credit. I give him credit. This guy. I give him credit. They legitimately might be the best team in the NFL right now. I think very few people would argue against that. Maybe the Bills, but then the Bills lost to the Pats.
Yeah, but we talked about it. We'll see if that type of stuff continues. I think every team is allowed to have these off weeks, especially during a curse week. But I don't know. Vegas disagrees with you, Thor. They say the Chiefs are favored. So
That's true. So I think they're right. I do. It's just, I think Patrick Mahomes and this offense, I think it's going to be enough to get the Detroit Lions kind of on their heels a little bit. And I do think it might turn into a shootout because I don't see the Kansas City defense stopping what the Lions are able to do with how many playmakers they have. Sam Laporte, Amon-Ra, J-Mo, Jahmyr Gibbs, Dave Montgomery, Penei Sewell, all of them. And I don't know. It's a tough one to call. It really is, because I do believe in the talent of the Kansas City Chiefs. And more so than anything, Patrick Mahomes looks like old Patrick Mahomes. And if it is that Patrick Mahomes, you never bet against Patrick Mahomes, especially in Arrowhead. That is a place where opposite team fans never take over. It's going to be a sea of red. It's going to be loud. And if, the Lions make a few mistakes and they're down early, I could see the Chiefs running away with it. However, I could see the Lions getting the first possession. They take the opening kickoff and then they just shove the ball down the throat of the Chiefs. And the Chiefs just get tired and they're not able to keep up. It's fun.
I see that happening more. I see that happening a lot more. I will say I might be able to catch it, but I'm probably going to miss this game, and I'm probably going to miss a lot of games this Sunday because it is my second born son's birthday.
Football's more family, right? That's what they always say. Football.
I'm just going to be running around a lot, so I'll try to catch what I can catch, but I'll probably be distracted that day, and I'll have to do the highlight thing. Most Sundays I've actually watched quite a bit of the games, especially on Sundays, but this Sunday is going to be a light one for me, which is a shame because I really do want to watch this game. So, like I said, because it's Sunday night, maybe I'll be able to get it. He's still a baby. It's not like he's going to be partying all night. So, maybe I can catch this one. I really hope so. Bills and Falcons, another one that I'm gonna make sure to catch.
Bills going to Atlanta Monday night, the early game of the doubleheader. I do not care for doubleheader Monday night games.
Me neither.
You somehow miss way too much from both of them. But yeah, this is going to be fun too. The Bills are favored by 4.5. The over-under is right around that 50. They think there's going to be a lot of scoring. The Falcons are coming off a bye. Michael Penix, Drake London, Bijan Robinson. A lot of firepower. I don't think their defense is going to be able to keep up with the Bills, and I think the Bills are going to be angry. I think Josh Allen
are very angry.
I think James Cook is going to have a really good game. And I would love it. I would love if the Falcons are able to just keep up with their offense and just throw bombs to Drake London and Bijan Robinson takes a screen pass for 100 yards. I would love it. I just don't think they're going to be able to keep up. I really don't.
No, I think the odds are on the money on this game. And yeah, Josh Allen needs to ball out hard, especially after losing to the Patriots. Yeah, go Super Saiyan.
Yeah.
To keep the Goku analogy alive.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it's Monday night. I think they're going to have a lot of energy going into it. The Patriots game was kind of a fluke anyway, to be honest with you. I mean, let's just be real.
No. Drake May is the truth. Kevin, accept Drake May into your heart, all right? Quit fighting it.
I'm not ready yet. I need to see more. Listen, the Patriots earned a lot of respect from me from being able to actually pull it off against the Bills. That's not something you can do by luck. So I get it.
Hey, speaking of America's team, what, you're not a Patriot? Huh? You're not a Patriot fan?
New England.
Boston? Huh? Boston? All right. You like tea? You like it in the water?
I have family in Boston. No, Boston's great. I love it there.
Speaking of QBs who were drafted last year, Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears are going to Washington, the Commanders, for the Monday night late game. The Commanders are favored by 4.5.
As they should be. I mean, at this point, I'm starting to doubt if I should even care about Caleb Williams anymore. I was rooting for him because he was kind of I thought he was being unfairly treated and I thought he had way more to show and all these things, but he's struggling against the Raiders and he's struggling against everything.
He had a good game before the bye. The Bears are also coming off a bye week. He looked good, man. He looked good for 2 straight games.
No, he didn't look good against the Raiders.
Ben Johnson offense?
They didn't look good coming off. And the Commanders are a legit team. They're pulling off great games pretty consistently.
They've had one legit game against the depleted Chargers. They did win handedly, which is good. I do think I don't know. I'm not ready to trust them.
The Commanders are better than the Raiders, okay?
They are. I will agree with that statement.
And the Bears could barely handle the Raiders offensively.
All right. I see your logic.
That's why I'm saying, A, Commanders are going to win. I think the odds make sense, but also B, the bigger question just for the rest of the season, I'm about to stop following Caleb Williams. I don't even care anymore. Should I care? What is there to see at this point?
I accept and I acknowledge your logic and I reject it for my own. I enjoy watching Caleb Williams, man. I think it's a growing process and he showed signs of life and I think they're improving. I do think they're improving game over game, and I think this will be a good test, especially coming out of the bye. Ben Johnson, good coaches typically win coming off of bye because they have 2 weeks to plan, their team is rested, and they have a good game plan. Ben Johnson, if you are truly the coach that we think you are the number one option this offseason. Every team wanted Ben Johnson. Do it. At least don't come out flat. I do agree with what you were saying. The Commanders are better than the Raiders. They barely beat the Raiders. So we'll see. We'll see.
We shall see.
If there's one thing we shall do, it's we shall see.
But I am looking forward to it, though. I think it's going to be a fun game to watch. I don't know. Monday Night Football, even though the doubleheader is kind of annoying, is some of my favorite. I know some people are like feel strongly against it, but Monday Night Football is great.
Who hates Monday Night Football? All right.
I don't know, man. I see some hateful videos sometimes about it.
There's haters. There's haters out there. Yo, shout out to my haters, because you nailed it. Yeah, you crushed it. All right. So the main Sunday slate of games. These are the games we want to watch. Kevin and I are going to pick 3 games each. We think it's the 3 most interesting teams, the 3 most interesting games, the games we want to watch. And then we'll talk about the ones we don't pick. 2 teams are on bye, the Vikings and the Texans.
The Vikings need it.
The main Sunday slate. Kevin, you are first to pick.
Hold on. Main Sunday slate.
Main Sunday slate. Sunday, October 12th, 2025. 3 games at 1.
Ravens. 7. I got to watch that Ravens. I'm taking the Rams game from you this time.
No.
Yep, I have to do it. I can't miss a Cooper Rush game. They're rare. They're very rare. I don't know if I'll ever see him again. He's getting older now.
Yeah, so he's getting older now. That's fine. But the Rams are traveling to Baltimore, 10 a.m.
The Cowboys ruined Cooper Rush's career by benching him, putting that jokester.
You gotta stop.
Dak Prescott.
You gotta stop, man.
Anyway, I'm excited.
It's okay.
I'm excited to see, this is a meaningful game for me, because if Cooper Rush destroys the Rams, you're never going to hear the end of it. You're never, ever going to shut me up.
Kill me.
But listen, I'm concerned.
I thought the Rams were about to crush the 49ers last week. So, like I said.
No, but the Rams were playing good. Like, the Rams weren't concerning me. Things were happening. The 49ers have them figured out strategically.
They do.
I'm concerned about the Rams because of their lack of defensive showing against the Texans. The Rams are a much better offense than the Texans. So, yikes. Very scared.
The Rams are favored by 7.5 points. I said it earlier. McVay famously plays down to the level of the competition. Not always.
What do you mean by that? That's a weird phrase.
So basically throughout McVay's tenure with the Rams, which again, McVay is arguably the best coach the Rams have ever had. I am grateful for him being the Rams head coach every day. I do not take it for granted. A frustrating part is when we have games where we absolutely should win, we absolutely are the better team, and inevitably that game ends up being 24-21, and we win because of the last seconds. And that happens all the time. All the time. There have been a few years where we just crush people, like 2018, our Super Bowl years, where it all comes together. But yeah, I could see this game being like 24-21, just because I don't know what it is. It's just they match, and maybe that's part of the game plan. Maybe that's what makes them good, is because we end up winning those games still, and it doesn't matter in the end. But still, it's just frustrating. You want to go in and you just want to drop a bomb on somebody, which is what the Lions do routinely. They just, and it's like, I want the Rams to be that. Why not? Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams, you guys are playing better than Nico Collins and like Jalen Higgins, Jalen Noel, and CJ Stroud. Stafford's playing better than CJ Stroud. Go drop a bomb. Also, Ravens fans, I feel for you. The tickets are going for $43 right now.
No, wait. Where's this game? Is this in LA?
It's in Baltimore.
Fuck. I don't want to go there.
They are not excited.
That's just a longer flight.
Yeah.
Rams, it's actually pretty.
Don't.
It would be fun to go to that game. Honestly, it's just I live too far for that to be like. So listen, the Rams really should have this, but the way that the Ravens could make this work for them is they take advantage of Sean McVay's weakness for this type of situation, whatever that means. But primarily, I don't even know what to say about the defense. I can't even explain to you why their defense fell apart so dramatically against the Texans.
They're messing. So basically, They're
Besides the
top six.
turnovers, like yes, the
So they're
turnovers
top
add the
six.
fatigue.
No. They're top six paid players on their team. They're stars. Number one, Lamar Jackson is hurt.
Yeah.
The other five are all from the defensive side of the ball. It may be Ronnie Stanley, who's from the offensive line. But I mean, their defense is just dismantled. Imagine taking every good piece on your defense, like what you build your defense around, and you just remove it. Kyle Hamilton, star player. Like I was saying, I thought he would be defensive player of the year. He's gone. Roquan Smith, their middle linebacker, playing out of his mind. He's gone. So it's like take Ray Lewis and Ed Reed out of the 2000
Yeah.
Ravens
No. Yeah.
defense.
That's
So
exactly what I was just thinking.
yeah,
Oh my God! Someone call him. Bring him back. We need help.
bring him back.
So yeah, I mean, I honestly don't know what they can do to fix that situation. They're kind of in a similar situation as like the Cardinals, where they just don't have what makes them good on deck right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and that's
if they can magically read every play perfectly and play and kind of keep the Rams at bay, I do think. And again, on the offensive side, the fact that they're not used to Cooper Rush, a lot of people underestimate him. The issue is the Ravens, if they continue not to trust him the way they did during the Texans game, the Rams defense is going to eat up Henry for lunch, dude. Because if they're not going to respect the pass,
yeah.
and listen, Cooper Rush really does. I know. You have to just stick with me. I know I sound so crazy to you. Cooper Rush really does have the skill set to make them respect the pass, but only if his own team is behind him on that. If they're basically playing against him the whole time, like they did with the Texans, there's no chance. Cooper Rush is not the type of quarterback that can Mahomes his way into these like epic, bomb overthrows. Like that's not going to happen. What you have to do is you have to feed him consistently and bank on the fact that he's going to be able to push the ropes every 3 plays, every 2 plays. Like you're not going to get these magical plays out of Cooper Rush, but if you feed him consistently, throw the Rams defense off because they're not going to expect you to do that because you're not doing that historically, and you do have a great running back, so it makes sense that you're going to feed him too much. But just play the first 2 quarters with Cooper Rush. Just feed him the ball. You will get better results than you expect, and then you can start feeding Henry in the 3rd quarter and actually have a dynamic game and have a chance in hell in winning this one.
Rams don't lose this game. Don't.
Rams really shouldn't. Rams, you really shouldn't lose this game, but I'm going to root against it.
They should eat Cooper Rush for breakfast. They really should. All right, my pick.
Anyway, yeah, that's my pick.
I think I am excited to pick this game. I know I didn't get the Rams, but I do get to watch Seattle go to our favorite stumbling QB, Trevor Lawrence, and the Jacksonville Jaguars. 10 a.m. Pacific time in Jacksonville, Florida. The Hawks are favored. The Hawks are favored by 1.5. I like the Jags.
I like the Jags.
For anybody who has seen the show The Good Place, there is a character named Jason Mendoza who is from Jacksonville. And throughout the entire show, he is screaming, Bortles, throwing stuff. And he has this Florida vibe, and I love it. And Jacksonville is exactly that grimy Florida vibe. And I like this team, man. I want to see Brian Thomas and Travis Hunter continue making plays. I want to see another pick 6 from Devin Lloyd. Devin Lloyd, maybe he's Defensive Player of the Year. Cool. Josh Hines-Allen coming off the edge. Will Seattle be able to keep up? On the flip side, Seattle, balanced team. Is Travis Hunter going to match up with Jackson Smith and Jigba? That would be fun to watch. I'll watch all of those snaps. Sam Darnold, are they going to try to make Sam Darnold throw? Would they even be able to? Because Seattle's offensive line has been playing so well, especially if they just feed the ball to Kenneth Walker. Speaking of, really good running backs, he's one of them playing really good right now. On the flip side, Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence, keep slinging the ball, man. Go have fun, sunshine. Travis Etienne, ball out. Liam Cohen, Duval. Have you seen that clip, Kevin?
No.
When he's retired?
No.
So, they're in Duval County, so a lot of people just shout like, Duval, Duval, like legit like fan celebrations. Liam Cohen, in his introductory press conference as the head coach, he ended it by going, Duval, and it's been clipped and memed. It was the most lackluster thing ever. But after the win against the Chiefs, Duval. All right, I talked enough about it.
All right.
What do you think?
I will go with my next pick.
Yeah, all right. No thoughts on Hawks Jags?
No, I feel the Jags too, to be honest. I think the odds are a little off, to be real with you. I mean, the Jags are, again, they're part of the club right now of like the best teams in the league, whether you like it
4-1.
or not. Yeah, exactly.
They got the party vibe. They got the meme. They got the meme energy on their side, which doesn't typically bode well. I do think the Hawks are a more sound team. I said that about the Bucs last week, though.
Yeah,
They,
I don't agree with you. The Hawks have never really sparked a lot out of me this season. So, I mean, the Jags have been catching my eye a lot more, just generally speaking. They've been playing good football. They're part of the club.
all right,
I respect wins more than fantasy vibes. I'll put it that
they're only
way.
off by one. All right, what's your next pick?
I've been stuck between two, but I think I'm going to pick the Browns and Steelers.
Browns and Steelers. Spicy, spicy. I like this one.
There's a lot of storylines going on. There's a lot of storylines going on with the Browns right now on the quarterback situation. I think the Browns are maybe going to start showing out a little bit more than people expected because the Browns are showing a lot more signs of life. I want to see Shador show up, and again, it could literally be any game because
he's not showing up in this game unless Gabriel gets hurt.
I'm essentially gambling on the fact that Gabriel's going to get hurt any second. He's too tiny.
He is tiny.
And the Browns don't really have the most protective offensive line. So, like, he's going to get hit a lot.
Nah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's why Flacco couldn't hang.
You know who has a good defensive line, too? The Steelers.
Yeah. So, again, Shador might actually show up because, again, I'm kind of banking on the fact
it's crushed
that he's going to get hurt because he's small. And then, and then seeing Rodgers on this side, I mean, they're not part of the club, but they're close. The Steelers have actually been playing really well. Aaron Rodgers is doing what Joe Flacco is not able to do, so it's kind of ironic this game, right? Like the young quarterback team who's getting rid of their old guy versus the old guy quarterback team who's like leading the young Bucs. It's kind of funny. It's like two like interlocking situations, which is why I picked this team.
So what's really crazy about this is if the Browns win this game, the entire AFC North is going to be a shit show. Because the AFC North is the Steelers, who should win the division at this point, the Browns, the Bengals, who still have 2 wins. Don't forget about that. And then the Ravens. People thought this was going to be the best division in football coming into this year. Due to injuries, due to a lot of factors, that is not the case. The Steelers should win this game. They are favored by 6.5 points. The over-under is disgusting at 38.5. They expect each team to score like 60.
Yeah, I get it. I listen. It's not an unfair thing. These teams haven't been showing that. However, it's going to be interesting to see like a lot of new tactics being played from these teams, especially on the Browns side.
Yeah, and no Gavin Newsom for the Browns for DBs. So does Aaron Rodgers just keep chucking it up to DK Metcalf? Do they pick on whoever's replaced Taysom Campbell? So Jalen Warren's also going to be back for this game. He was a surprise inactive last week. That should be good. Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting. It's really, really interesting for the things you mentioned. Dylan Gabriel, does he have it? How does Quinshon Judkins play? How does Harold Fannin, the rookies, play? How does Aaron Rodgers play against this stout Cleveland Browns defense? It's going to be fun. I like it. All right, my second pick. Okay, we got some choices here. It's definitely some of the choices of all time. I think I'm going to go with one of my pet teams. I'm going to let my feelings win out. I'm going to go with Patriots going to New Orleans.
You know, why would you even bother with that?
I'm pulling a...
You are pulling a Kevin. There's some Kevin shit. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, Drake Bay. All right. The Patriots are favored by 3.5. They are going to the Superdome in New Orleans. Don't lose this game after you just beat the Bills.
Yeah,
this is a perfect like trap. It's out of your conference. You know, it's a AFC team going to an NFC team. So when all the like tiebreakers play in effect, it doesn't really matter as much. You are the better team, Patriots. It doesn't happen often, not in recent memory. Take care of this game. Tickets are only $32. Crazy. Drake May continue to show signs. Get Travion Henderson more involved. I've been saying that every single week. New Orleans, you could win this game. On the flip side, Do the same thing that you did to the Giants. Again, the Patriots are better than the Giants. But Drake May, he can have a little bit of a gunslinger in him. Make him throw a couple interceptions. Spencer Rattler, continue to run around, have a good time. Have Rashid Shaheed beat a broken coverage. I could see it. I don't. I will be picking the Pats, but it's going to be a fun game, if anything else. I'm going to enjoy watching Drake May. I'm going to enjoy watching Spencer Rattler. I'm going to enjoy watching the Patriots defense. I'm going to enjoy watching the Saints defense to a lesser extent.
Definitely some Kevin energy coming from that pick, but it's okay. I forgive it. Speaking of Kevin energy, my last pick is going to be abysmal.
I saw it and I was like, he's picking this one.
I am picking this one, but here's the reason. Here's the real reason why. Besides it just being the Raiders, the Raiders locker room is having some intense drama right now, and if Pete Carroll can't secure a win against the Titans with his Raiders team,
Geno Smith is bad.
Geno Smith is bad. I mean, dude,
he has 6 touchdowns and 9 interceptions.
Give us Cooper. Once Lamar Jackson is back, get us Cooper Rush, dog.
The Raiders with Cooper Rush.
Starting, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. That'd be great.
Yeah, it's fun. I think we're at that stage of the NFL season where there's so many storylines that are picking up steam now. Like Cam Ward coming off his first win, Brian Callahan for the Tennessee Titans coming off their first win. They're kind of staying pretty close. They're going from one desert to another, going from Arizona to LA to Las Vegas. So that'd be cool. Geno Smith, get up off the mat. Don't get benched. Okay? You are there. Pete Carroll
Who's even
loves
our backup right now?
Aiden O'Connell, I think. And get your stars involved. Let Ashton Genty take over this game. He should be able to take over this game. The Raiders are favored by 3.5, so it's not a lot. It's 2 teams who are pretty bad. It's a toilet bowl game.
Yep. Which make for some of the best games, right? That's why everybody was talking
They're
about.
fun. They could be fun. All right. My third game. I think I have to do this. It's the best game remaining. San Francisco going to Tampa Bay. 49 IRs. Last I checked, Ricky Pearsall's still not playing. By the way, Tampa Bay is favored by 2.5. They're giving them credit for beating the Rams. They look like a cohesive team still. And you know what? I think that's what caught the Rams off guard. Is they are still able to run their offense. Mac Jones was still able to run that offense. I saw a lot of memes where it was, hey, everybody, you're about to see how much Brock Purdy covers up this offense. And Mac Jones went in and he did the exact same thing. He threw for 300 yards. He still looks good. But on the flip side of it, the Bucs, speaking of fun teams, Baker Mayfield going up against that 49ers depleted defense. Mika Egbuka. I was saying the same things about Puka Nacua. Fun names. Come on, Bucs. I need you. For makeup for last week's Rams loss, beat the 49ers, even out the divisions if the Rams win. Knock on wood. How did the 49ers beat the Bucs? They probably do it the exact same way that they beat the Rams. If they're going to be able to dink and duck down the field, if they're able to get Christian McCaffrey the ball, like 1 yard past the line of scrimmage, and he takes it for 15 more. And then just hold on for dear life as 49ers players start to get healthy. Keep stacking wins, you know? It's fun.
How ironic would it be with it? They just keep winning with this inter team. They get their players back and they just like lose every game.
That would be funny. That'd be interesting. I think Kyle Shanahan, there's a lot that keeps him up at night. That one might be the needle that breaks the camel's back.
Well, I mean, the fact that the 49ers are still part of this club, and the same club the Buccaneers are in, like
4-1 club.
Yeah, I mean, we would not have called this at the start of the season.
Well, I mean, some people were calling it, but if you told them, okay, Kittle's hurt, Brock Purdy's hurt, Juwan Jennings is out, Ricky Pearsall's out, Brandon Ayuk is out, Nick Bosa is out, it's like, what?
The whole team, all 11 players.
Yeah. All right, fun stuff. Let's run through the others. We got the Cardinals traveling to the Colts. Indianapolis, 10 a.m. Pacific time. Indy is favored by 7.5. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
The Colts are at that point where I just trust them. I know they're going to have a good
rolling.
gameplay.
They're rolling.
And yeah, the Cards, man, you got to get off
They're
of the Met.
holding. The Cards are just holding on for their life at this point.
Yeah, their head coach was fined for punching one of their players. On the flip side, Colts don't lose this game. Chargers are traveling to Miami. Hard Rock Stadium.
Welcome to Miami.
Yeah. Chargers are favored by 3.5. The depleted Chargers going against the moribund.
They're fine. Yeah.
Miami
they're
Dolphins.
they're fine. They're
You
fine.
think so? Yeah.
Chargers are fine. Yeah.
The Dolphins' run defense is putrid. Hassan Haskins, man, if they had Amari and Hampton for this game, that'd be awesome. They do not. So we shall see how it goes. It's tough. I don't think the Dolphins' defense is going to be able to keep up with the Chargers' offense. I don't think so. There is a way where the Dolphins' defense is able to get after Justin Herbert, and he has no time to throw because of how depleted their offensive line is. Or maybe they can't get the running game going. But again, it's a terrible run defense. Anywho, the Cowboys are traveling to Carolina, 10 a.m. Pacific time, Bank of America Stadium, Charlotte, North Carolina. The Cowboys are favored by 3.5.
Yeah, because you want to say that the Cowboys would win this game, but the Panthers honestly are one of those teams that are really hard to actually understand. We called them the all or nothing team the other time, the other episode. Like that's really what it's going to be with this game as well. Like the Cowboys could lose it. This could be what breaks their high. Why? By the way, why does the Cowboys say they have 2 ties on their record sheet?
I don't see that.
Okay, maybe it's a glitch or something.
Yeah, I don't see that at all.
I was like,
that'd be crazy, but crazier has happened. I don't think the Panthers have any chance of stopping the Cowboys offense. I just don't. I think Javonte Williams is going to go crazy. I think Dak Prescott's going to pick him apart. It will be interesting to see how the Cowboys defense does against this Panthers offense, which is weird for me to say. I barely got through that sentence, but the Cowboys defense has not been good. So yeah, the Cowboys should win this game though. They really should.
But I don't know, man. It's the Panthers. They might go all in.
What version of Bryce Young do we get? All right. The biggest point spread of the week, the Bengals, the Joe Flacco Bengals. We did get news that Joe Flacco will be starting. The Joe Flacco Bengals are traveling to Green Bay, to Lambeau Field. Green Bay is favored by 14.5 points.
Damn.
Coming off a bye, Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs, Micah Parsons.
Yeah, he's
going to come. Can they continue to do what every team has done and stop the Bengals?
Will Micah? That's a real possibility. That's coming in.
That's fair. I would take that parlay.
I mean, it's a real worry, man. Yeah. I like Joe, but like Micah's, he was a little funky on the Cowboys game, but he's been hot all season, and he's still young and dangerous, very dangerous.
Yep, he's good. All right, those are all the games for Week 6. Good slate.
All the games.
So this is typically where we would talk about our zombie survivor pick and then jump into the super fast super parlay. However, we have talked about it. What we're going to do is we're going to transition into a pick competition where each of us in an alternating way can pick any game from the entire slate. Doesn't matter if it's an island game. We just have to pick a win for a game that has a less than an equal to or less than 3.5 point spread. So not that many options this week. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, there's options. Never mind. It was like 7 games. But you have to pick the winner. I will let you go first this week. I'll go first next week.
So like, just to make sure I'm understanding. So like the Chargers Dolphins is a 3.5 point spread. Okay.
Yeah. So you would pick the winner, and you're saying you're sticking your flag in that pick. Again, we got to come up with a name.
We'll think about it. Leave a comment if you think of a name.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna go with that game. I'm gonna put my flag in the ground and say the Chargers will win.
That's fair. That is fair. Come on. The Chargers. San Diego Superchargers. Another reason they shouldn't have left San Diego. They had a cool theme song. The Chargers over the Dolphins.
I just don't understand why all these teams want to. I mean, we can talk about it later, but it just doesn't make sense to have like so many teams in one city. So it kills your branding, it kills your reach. It's just bad business.
Yeah, Chargers. Get your own stadium. All right. You know what? I like a bunch of these games. I think the line is a little bit wrong for I was thinking about the Patriots. That could be fun. But I'm going to pick the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I want to watch Baker Mayfield. I want to have something on the line. They are 2.5-point favorites over the 49ers. Game. You think so?
I think betting on the Patriots would be safer for you. But hey, you do you, man. I don't mind winning this week. I need a win.
You do. You do need a win. I'm picking the Bucs, man. The 49ers are too depleted, right? Right?
That's what you said last week. This is exactly what you said last week. Famous last words.
You know, I got to stop picking against the 49ers. But not this week. I'm dying on that hill. Leave me up on the heat. All right. Let's do it. Let's move on to the super fast super parlay.
I have my phone this time. I didn't lose it like last week.
God, he has his phone. So shout out to anybody who makes it this far into the episode. We appreciate you. We see you. And honestly, we love you. I love you.
Leave a like, comment. Let us know if you're hearing this. Okay. All right. Cue the music. Eagles, Giants.
Eagles. I fear I'm going to be picking a lot of favorites this week.
It's okay. Broncos, Jets.
Broncos.
Browns, Steelers.
Steelers should win that game.
Cardinals, Colts.
Colt. Favorites all around so far.
Chargers, Dolphins. Chargers,
man. Yeah.
Patriots, Saints.
Patriots. All favorites so far. That's what I'm feeling.
Cowboys, Panthers.
Cowboys. It'd be embarrassing.
Seahawks, Jaguars.
All right, here. I'm going Jags.
Still favorites, by the way.
No. All right. I'm looking at ESPN bet odds, and Seahawks are favored.
Yeah, BetMGM knows what's up. Rams, Ravens.
The Rams? Rams don't lose that game.
Well, they're not favored. The Rams are favored. Oh, sorry. I'm tired. I'm
broken. Picking Rams.
Yeah. Kevin, I clicked the Ravens.
Don't you change it? Don't you change it, Kevin?
I clicked the Ravens. I was like, Cooper Rush, bet it all. Titans, Raiders.
Whoa.
The Raiders are favored.
I think I'm going Raiders. They should win that game.
Bengals, Packers.
I'm picking the Bengals. No, I'm picking the Packers, obviously.
What? But they got Joe Flacco. Yeah, no, it's a huge favor. 49ers, Buccaneers.
Bucs.
Lions, Chiefs.
All right, what's BetMGM have as the favorite? I will go with the underdog no matter what.
The Lions are the underdog, but barely.
Lions. Do it.
Bills, Falcons.
Bills.
Bears and Commanders are our last one.
This would be fun. This would be a fun one to be the underdog. Huh? What do you think?
You're going to go Bears?
What do you think?
I would go Bears.
All right, let's do it. Bears. Get spicy.
All right, and now I'm going to force you to change one game. Just one game this week.
Just one game?
Just one game.
All right, I think there's one clear option. I'm picking the Titans over the Raiders.
I knew you were going to say that, and I agree with you. That's what I would have done.
All right, there you go.
All right, so we went from $1,000 to $2,000 with that one switch.
Hell yeah.
So
we just need 1 week. We just need 1 week to hit.
If 1 week hits, we have like the next 3 years of parlays paid for, man. Like it's
more than that, even. Dear football gods, hear me now. Let the Titans beat the Raiders.
I am low key hoping for it because I can't wait for the drama. Because like I get like all the Raiders news articles because I subscribe to the Review Journal, and the drama articles are just insane right now. They cannot believe what's going on. It's so funny. So I want to see that because they will never. Pete Carroll will never live it down.
Yeah.
All right. Super Parlay is in. Remember,
Week 6
folks,
preview in the books.
Don't bet more than $1 if you are following us because these parlays are not supposed to hit. But if they do, it's fun. Don't bet anything more than $1 because it's stupid.
Picking every single game right in a week is crazy.
Yeah,
we will not win this. We won't.
But I've only done it once. I've only done it once in my life where I've actually hit it perfectly.
Sick.
But yeah, that was last year, and it was like crazy fluke. And I was like the only person in the world that bet against the Lions that week, and it just so happened to be the game they lost.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Huge. All right.
I think that's all of our items for today.
6 in the books. Gridiron Thunder. For Gridiron Thunder, I have been Thor. He has been Kevin. Dr. Odoku. Until next week.
Good night.
See you on the gridiron.